Okay, Bob, could you please tell us something about the videos that you've made focused on language teaching?
Well, they're focused on language teaching because all my life I've been a language teacher and a language teacher trainer, to use what is now an old-fashioned term. So while we were getting involved with the e-learning, which I was completely new to, I thought about the idea of putting together some ideas, some tips for teachers, if you like, about the process of e-learning and e-teaching. Because the last thing people want to see is this, a face talking at a learner. They need a little bit more variety. So first thing was to think about, well, what am I doing when I'm teaching online? I'm using my face and my hands much more than I would in the classroom, possibly, just to give more emphasis. So the first film really looks at gestures, using the voice a little better. I looked also at repetition strategies, helping people to practice the language. And in the third video, which is under preparation, will be ready very soon, I look a little bit more at the pedagogical aspects, the stages of language learning, how people need to hear quite a lot in a meaningful context, understand what the language they're being introduced to, practicing, having lots of time to practice the language, and then applying it into a context that is useful for them. In the case of these films, virtually every example I use has come from the experience of being new to e-teaching, teaching the young women in Morocco. It's taught me a great deal. It's been a very rewarding experience so far, despite a few technical problems and timetabling issues. But apart from that, the actual teaching has been a joy, because it's meant that I've revisited language teaching, language learning in the context of online activity. So lots of visual elements, lots of cards, lots of photographs, lots of silly diagrams. If people don't understand, for example, this one comes up regularly so that they have to ask me, Bob, I haven't understood. Can you repeat the question, please? Can you explain a bit more? Even having something, rather than try to explain comparatives and superlatives, well, something as simple as this can show what is good, what is better, and what is best. It's little tips like this which I think people will find helpful. I hope people will find helpful to enable them to convey the message of the new language in a more visual way.